Dear Viacom Inc., you guys suck. Now, you're probably wondering, why do they suck? They created some of the greatest shows in American history, like Dora the Explorer, SpongeBob, and South Park. Well, I don't not agree. They have put out some pretty decent shows and movies. But behind this onion's first appetizing layer of treat for the eyes goodness is a bunch of pungent issues and controversies that they have tried to sweep under the rug. And there are five I would like to touch base on in this episode. The first one being, they are deftly unoriginal. Now, like I said, they have put some pretty good stuff out, but so far, at least in the past few years, the only thing I've been seeing from them is reboots and not well thought out Paramount Plus exclusives. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a good reboot. As a matter of fact, a reboot, if handled properly, can save a franchise, but I cannot emphasize the if handled properly part enough. And Viacom has unfortunately broken this cardinal rule in so many different places. So far, I've only seen 4 reboots from this company via their streaming service. And I think only one of them was a hit, being the Fairly Odd Parents reboot. It was the only reboot I've ever seen actually circulate on TikTok so far, which is obviously a sign that a show is doing really good. I don't know if you can tell, but I am being sarcastic. I don't know if you could tell, but I am being sarcastic. Moving on. The other 3 reboots I've seen being the Dora the Explorer reboot, being the not Fairly Odd Parents, being the Rugrats reboot, and the Backyardigans reboot, have not been well received. Matter of fact, other than the day they were leaked and released, I haven't heard a word about them. Anyways, the other thing that makes them unoriginal is the fact that they have made a streaming service. How does that make them unoriginal? I hear you asking. Well, they made a streaming service aptly named Paramount Plus, which is the first part of the problem for why they're unoriginal in that sense, as there has already been 2 other streaming services in this industry that have the plus attached to them, Disney Plus and Discovery Plus, respectively. Well, you're probably wondering also, so what? It's just a popular name. Well, they are, like, honestly, I wouldn't be mistaken if I told you that they were directly ripping off Disney Plus. Because I haven't really seen any, like overly gory movies on Paramount Plus, which I'm getting to why Paramount Plus in itself is a flaw of Viacom soon enough. But anyways, I haven't seen much non-kid friendly movies on Paramount Plus. But do you know what I smell from that? I smell that they are trying to be like Disney Plus in the sense that everyone of all ages can watch or use this service. And that honestly stinks because when I saw the trailer for this, it had potential. I admit it. I actually thought this idea had potential, which is leading to the second flaw of Viacom, Paramount Plus in itself. The first thing that I've noticed when researching this video is that people have occurred some bandwidth issues and slow internet speeds and outdated app versions and even over loaded device. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm not really a tech guy, but all I know is that if an app is making your streaming device, which is supposed to be using cloud service most of the time, if that's making your streaming device or TV or phone, if that's making it crash or like lag, that's a problem. Because most of the time, like if I'm not mistaken, streaming services use cloud internet. Like not cloud internet, like cloud data. So that way stuff like this doesn't happen. Well, yeah, after that little side tangent on bandwidth, the main reason Paramount Plus is lacking is simply due to its awful customer service and the user interface and navigation. Not only is the user interface slow and like navigation is hard, but it also has the user interface of freaking Amazon. Like literally, it's just terrible. Like if you understood how Prime Video worked, you would understand what I'm talking about. And yeah, also, at least in my opinion, it is a complete ripoff. $60 a year, $8 a month is extortionate for an ad included version. And you have to pay a whopping $5 extra per month if you want ad free. Except they include live TV in that package, and that also includes ads. So the ad-free version of Paramount Plus is essentially just for people who want to watch the reboots that I talked about earlier with no ads. Anyways, the second reason why Viacom is so hated is simply because, well, not the second reason, the third reason is, well, they have not handled their properties right. Take South Park, for example. When's the last time you saw a South Park episode on live TV that was actually new? Well, I'll tell you, your eyes are not deceiving you, and your brain is not deceiving you. It has been almost 2 years since the last South Park episode. And that season that last episode came from only had 6 or so episodes. And one of them was partially written using ChatGPT. Now I know that bit was a joke, like that bit in that South Park episode that handled ChatGPT was just a joke, but that's still not really good. Like why would you actually add that in the credits as being a contributor? As it is a large language model. Yeah, I know I'm yapping, but hey, that's still not good. And also, they just haven't handled the majority of their channels correctly. Take MTV. They used to only be about music. There was literally an entire generation named after them in the slang of the world. The MTV generation. That was like the 1980, like the mid 1970s, like early 1980s, like from what I can remember. Yeah. And now MTV is just used for reality TV and just random junk. And both MTV and Comedy Central actually have been criticized for its focus on controversy in itself, including jokes, stereotyping people, and its inability to be watched by younger audiences. Now, the fourth reason Viacom is not good and everyone hates them so much is because they are not good friends with our good buddy YouTube. Now, YouTube is great. YouTube literally is the reason why you are listening to this video right now. But they have but Viacom has hit YouTube hard ever since the start of the ever since 2007. They have hit YouTube with so many copyright strikes on its content. Like if I were to, I don't know, show a South Park episode, I would probably have been hit with a strike a lot more, like a lot, like yeah, I would have been hit with a strike by Viacom themselves. And that is honestly terrible because number one, no one is even trying to use their shows or movie clips as like parts of their videos. No one is trying to use that. Well, at least no one was until South Park started becoming popular. But now it's practically ruined, all because of Viacom being all, I don't know. They're basically, what I'm trying to say is all because they threw a hissy fit over one of their episodes showing on some random kid's YouTube channel. And finally, the last and probably the reason that hits me the hardest is the fact that they have done what I like to call over acquisitioning. Over acquisitioning, which in my terminology basically means you have acquired too many businesses to be respected anymore. As, like, for example, they acquire, like, Viacom has merged and acquired many companies since their inception. Like, they merged with CBS, they acquired Paramount, and they acquired all the shows that come with Paramount, which and CBS, which include Comedy Central and MTV, which explains why MTV and Comedy Central have been handled so poorly. And they have also whenever Blockbuster was still relevant, they acquired them too. And I'm not going to say that it was their fault, but they didn't help. And eventually, Blockbuster died. We all know how that story ends. Like, go check out other people or do your own research on how Comcast failed and why not Comcast, Blockbuster, on why Blockbuster failed. Yeah. Now, I know that this is a free country and most importantly, a free platform that I'm sharing this video on. So, if I'm wrong about anything, or if you have your own reasons for hating Paramount or Viacom, whatever you want to call them, 'cause, like, they're so irrelevant nowadays that people don't even utter their name. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at here is if I got anything wrong, or if you have your own reasons for why you hate Viacom, please leave them in the comments and consider dropping a follow and a like while you're at it. Cause I really enjoyed not filming. I enjoyed recording this video and I would like to continue this series. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.